Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I slept on it and I thought about it. I had some green lace on here. I didn't like that buffalo. I don't think it really needed it. I took this bit and I narrowed it. It was a little too wide. I took the ruching out of this thing because that was just too much and it looked like a embroidery, and it doesn't look so embroidery now. I tacked down the lace here and there, right here, because I want that ruffle effect to stay. I added some lace down here because I felt like it needed it for texture and for the color of it all. Let's see. I added some lace onto this curtain bit because I think it needed that texture as well. Here around the back, we've got this piece of tablecloth stuck in there. I mean, what are you gonna do? Anywho, I like the way it moves though. Ooh, look at her. She's swirling. She's twirling. She's so fancy. She wants to go dancing. And so the last bit I've got this bit of tablecloth here. And this has gorgeous wedding gown applique on it. But I felt like the bottom of it, it's so straight, I think it needs a little something more. The trouble with this thing is knowing when to stop. I'm a big fan of Project Runway, and all I can hear now is Michael Kors telling me that I need to edit. And that's why I decided to edit those other bits out. But I think it needs this to help keep with that whole lacy look. So I'm going to just pin this on, and I'm going to take it to the machine, and I'm going to sew it up. And it's got to be all pinned on because normally I would just do it. But because of where it is, I have to start at the far end, and I didn't know how much I would need, and I wanted to make sure it matched up nicely at the other end. Alrighty. Another pin. Okay, so, and I like that. I think that works well. Can you see it? I know, it's really hard to tell. Anywho, I think once I get this bit sewn on, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say, that's it. I am done. I am finito. I've had enough of this thing. Now, I did notice on the original illustration, it looked like there was some embroidery or something going on here. And I can't bring myself to do it. I looked around at all my little bits and bobs, my little flowers and things, and it didn't have anything that was green and that was going to do that. And I think this gives us enough texture. I mean, I could put more of those on there, but I think I like it like this, and I think I just have to say, hands off, it's time to stop, and we're going to let it go. So I have a surprise, though. I have been thinking, I've got all these bits and pieces and all these little scraps. I want to make a maxi skirt to go with this as a partner piece. And that makes this a tiny, like a mini collection almost. One of the things I've learned from Project Runway is that often the designers, when they have a runway thing, that's for the show. But for the stores, for ready to wear, they have a toned down version. So I'm going to do a patchwork maxi skirt in these fabrics, and we'll see how that turns out. So that's going to be a little extra bonus, a twofer. And I can't wait to see how Katrina does hers, because it's fun to see how two different people see the same object and see what her interpretation is. And it's all going to depend on what she's got in her sewing room, what she's got in her stash. And yeah. All right. So I'm going to sew this bit on. I'm going to whip up that maxi skirt. Listen to me. I'm just going to whip it up. And I'll be back to show you both at the end. Okay, so I have gathered my fabrics for my maxi skirt. And I've got this purple, and this purple. I've got this blush color that I used. Got this crazy wonderful yellow. And we've got these two prints. And I'm looking at the stuff together. I'm thinking it's going to go together. I've got these yellows. And I've got this green, and this lavender. And I think all of it together is going to work. So I just got to cut some squares and I'm going to make this, put this together. I'm not sure if I want to do tiers or if I want to just make it just an A-line maxi. Oh, and I've got some of this lace here too. So I have to decide, decisions. I have to decide. I also have some yellow lace and I got some green lace and I got this purple lace too. So maybe I'll do it in tiers with lace, with a lace ruffle. I think that'll work as long as there's enough. I think the yellow should be the top. 1, 2, 2 green pieces, 2 yellow pieces, 1 of these purple pieces. But I've got, oh, nope, there's 2. Oh, I do have 3. Okay. And then I've got all of this. And if this is cut in half, this would make a great one for the bottom ruffle. Okay, so I got to sketch this out so I can make a plan. And I'm going to make this skirt. And I'm also thinking what I'm going to do is give it a sheet lining. Give it a little lining so that, because I've got sheer fabrics. This one has holes. It's stuck to the green. I've got a static issue in here today. Anyway, okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right. I'll be back in a bit. All right, so I'm starting sewing my strips together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be my top row. Is this 6 or 7? 6, 7. Ha! That's 7. I have grandchildren. Anyway, okay, so this is going to be the first row, the top row. Boy, I hate looking at that thing all wrinkly-dinkly. Okay, so if that one is 7, I want the next one to be 1.5 that, and 1.5 times 7, so we're 7, 3.5, that's 10. We'll round it up to make it 11. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just so much easier because I've just got the 10. So I'll make the next one 10. Okay, 1.5 times 10. Although we could get crazy with the cheese whiz, but I really don't want to. Okay, so 10 is 15. So there's 4, and this would be 12, and we will do it 16 because that ends up pretty even. All right, so I'm going to sew these strips together, and then we're going to come back and gather them up. Should I just pinch pleat this, or do I want to gather it? I want to gather it. Okay, I'm going to run a gathering stitch down one edge. Do you think I can do it with just one? Usually when I'm trying to be really good about this stuff, I do 2. You know what? I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do 2. 2 lines of stitching at my widest, my longest stitch length. Y'all know how to do that. I'll be right back. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I've got 2 rows of stitching. It's kind of hard to see because I've got the serger thread going. And I'm going to take 2 threads. And let's see if I can find the right ones. I don't know if I want the bottom, or I accidentally pulled one. I don't know if it was the bottom or the top. Oh, for heaven's sake. I think I've overlapped my stitching a little bit, so it's difficult to see who is who. Okay, I think you. Okay, you are definitely, but I don't know what this extra one is. Oh. Should pull it and try. You got to get both of them. All right, I got 2. Ah, yes, it works. Okay, and all you do is pull your threads, and you're just going to gather it up enough so that it fits into the first piece. We're just going to match it up. Okay, so I'm going to struggle with this, and I'll be back. So, since this last strip is so darn long, I am going to put a gathering foot on my machine. And it's going to make the gathers go a lot quicker, because I'll be darned if I'm going to adjust all those gathers by hand, because I'm not. So this is a gathering foot. It's a nifty little gadget. Weird looking guy. Oh, but let me tell you, I think this was $6.99 on Amazon. $6, $7, $8. It was something like that. My gosh, worth its weight in gold, because I can make such nice gathers. And it sort of pleats it as it goes along. And I think it's going to work because, especially since I have 4 extra squares. Yeah, I think there were 4 left over. 4 extra squares left over. Then I have little extra room to play with. Now, when you gather with this, you can also you can adjust them. You can adjust your gathers, so no fear. I'm going to start right here at this one, and I'm going to go. Here we go. And as you see, it's gathering it right up for me. Oh, here's the slippery stuff. Ah! Now, if I wanted the gathers to be really tight, I would hold my fabric back here. But I want them to be kind of on the loose side. So we're just going to... I think that's going to be just the right sort of gather for the skirt. But I'm going to keep on doing this, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I've got my 3-tiered section here, and I'm going to do like I've done before, and I'm going to divide it into 4. This is going to be something matching up this longer tier to this 3rd tier, because this long one is wicked long. We do have some ground to cover. And I only like to put in 4. Now, after I match up the 4 points, I will go in and I will divide that up. And in between every clip, I will put another clip. Between 2 clips, get 2 clips, and then we're going to put one in the middle. And that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so I'm ready to attach the layer, the last tier, but I have a lot of extra in between my clips. It all worked out that way, so I'm just going to pinch pleat it in as I go, just smushing up the gathers just to take that up. And this is going to make for a really great ruffle on the bottom. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew this. I'm doing it up, and I will be back. You don't need to watch. This is boring. Oh my gosh. Okay, 4 tiers together. It's going to be adorable. My gosh, I hope it fits me. I think it will. I think it just will. Oh, yes, yes, it'll fit. It'll fit. But here's me and my sister. I don't know. I don't know. Here we are. So all I have to do now is the waistband and figure out what I want to do for the hem. Totally getting ahead of myself. I have to make a lining before I can do the waistband. So I'm going to go out to the camper and get a set of sheets. And I'm going to line this bad boy. Okay, so last year a friend of mine contacted me and said, I know this lady who works for hospice and she has all these sheets in her storage area and she needs to get rid of them. Would you take them? Now, first I thought they were cotton sheets. They're not. They're microfiber. But you know what? Most everything in this doggone skirt is polyester anyway, or some sort of synthetic. And these are really actually so soft and so nice. Soft and smooth. I'm going to do the easy way. I could mess with that fitted sheet, but I don't feel like taking the fitted sheet apart right now. So I have got my flat sheet. Oh, and if you want some sheets, let me know. Let me know in the comments and we'll hook up, because I have many more sets than what I will ever live to use. I'm not live long enough to use up all these sheets. So we're going to line this skirt. So I've got a queen size sheet, and I really don't think my lining needs to be more than this. This will be the full width of the lining, which is perfectly fine for the bottom width of it. Now I'm going to fold this in 4s because it's just easier to manage. And we're going to measure. Well, we're going to use our skirt. Okay, so here we go. I got the skirt here. And let me tilt you down so you can see. All right, so we've got the skirt. Here's the bottom edge of the sheet, and it's hemmed. And I ain't no fool, so I'm going to use that hemmed edge. And I think as long as I have extended a bit, well, where does it really need? You know what? It really needs the lining down to the 3rd tier. We're not going to do it all the way to the 4th tier. There's no need to. And you got that pretty lace, and it'll be pretty to see your lovely legs peeking out. Okay, so I am making a snip right here, because this is how long I want the finished thing to be. So I'm going to fold this over one more time. It's all even. All the ends are even. Why not make it simple? And remember, this is not rocket science. We are just going to go for it. We're fearless. I've got 50 million sheets. Why do I have to worry about being careful with the sheets? I just don't. All right, so now I do not want the full width of this gathered into the waistband. So I am going to line up my edges. We're folded in 4s. Now we got to figure out how big is the top of the skirt. So we're going to fold it into 4s. And we're going to line up the edge of the sheet. We've got folded edge with folded edge. There's the other bit. Now I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to leave myself some seam allowance because I can always gather a little bit in. I don't want to gather the skirt part in. If I have to gather a little bit of this in, I won't mind. But I've got approximately a 1/2 inch seam allowance there. So this is where the waist is. We're going to cut down straight about 2 inches. 2.5 inches. That's plenty because we're going to just fold it over like so. Okay, we're gonna. Ooh, you know what I can do? When I sew this together, I'm going to create the casing. Ha ha ha. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And honestly, this does sort of have to go down straight because there's no room for extra. There's no room for any gathers or anything in this skirt. So we get to this point and we're going to start veering off. And we're going to go into a nice little diagonal. Now this is, I do realize that the tip of this skirt is going to hang down a tiny bit lower, but since, hi there, but since we have decided to have it stop at the 3rd tier, if a tiny nip of it is showing, and it probably won't, depending on where we line it up, if we got solid fabric behind it, no one's ever going to know that this isn't perfectly positively straight, because we could make it so. All you got to do is curve up along here a little bit, and that'll take off that extra, and then we'll all hang perfectly straight. But you know me, man, I don't care. I think it's going to be all right. So now I'm going to right sides together, and with these sheets you can feel it. You can feel it. There's a softer side and a silkier side. One side has a very slight nap to it, like velvety, that soft texture, and then the other side is rather silky. So I'm going to the serger, and I'm going to be simple about this, and I'm going to serge this, and then we are going to go right sides together with a skirt, and we're going to make a magic waistline, and I'm so excited about that. Okay, I'll be back. So right sides together, and there's no side seams on the skirt, so we're just going to pick a spot. Oh, what did I do with my pins? Oh, I see them. Okay. Where was I? Here we are. Okay, I'm just sort of, I'm not going to line up the seam completely. Oh, derp. I got the bottom. I got the bottom of this thing. No, we want the hem and waistline and waistline. Here we go. All right. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you what. I'm all discombobulated. And that's a perfect fit. That is most excellent. Alrighty. You know what? I am going to pin it. I was going to say, oh, I'm not going to pin it. But yeah, I will. I will. I'd like to be sure. Not too many pins. But enough to say so. And then, so once I do this, hold on. Flip it in. Yes, it's exactly what I want it to do. Exactly. I wasn't sure for a second. You know, we get turned around and I want to be sure. I mean, you saw what I just did. It's kind of acreage. It's easy to get confused. All right, acreage, yardage. Okay, so now I've got the waistline pinned. I'm going to sew a stitch along here about, the usual presser foot away. That's how I like to do it. And then we're going to turn this inside out. We are going to make our waistband, and we are going to clip it in intervals, and we're going to sew that stitch, and we're going to make a waistline casing like that. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, I'm going to sew this. I'll be back. Okay, I've sewn that seam, and now we're going to flip it inside. Okay, we're going to put the lining inside the skirt. And this is what we got. This is what we got. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. That's excellent. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the iron, and I'm going to iron this, press this seam. Okay, so I have cut my waistband, my elastic to a comfortable length for my waist. And I'm just going to stitch it backwards and forwards across where it has joined a few times just to make it nice and secure. Alrighty, trim off this extra stuff. Okay, so I have sewn the little stitch along the top of the waist. And now I'm going to sneak in here. Oh, it's going to be crazy, my friends. It's going to be crazy, but I know this is going to work. All right. Now I need to make sure that the lining is tucked into this elastic. Get this up. And oh my gosh, I'm fiddling and feeling. Hold on. What if I think a clip will hold it? Let's try it. I want it snugged right up to the top. We'll give that a clippy. And where is it? Oh, that's cool because you can see through. Sorry about that. Give you seasickness. Okay, so now I can feel the elastic. I'm going to clip it, and I know that I'm going to have to gather this up, but this still gives me the idea of making sure that I've got the lining out of the way, and the waistband is going along how it should, and it's not twisted. We do not want to be a twisted sister. Come on, baby. All right, and now I'm just going to keep on clipping. I've got to keep on finding where is the waistband, and I can feel it. It doesn't have to be tight. It just has to be in there. All right, where is it? Okay, here it is. Now I can see that I need to stuff this stuff in here because I've gotten hold of the other side of the waistband. And I think, because I've clipped it as far as I can clip it, I'm just going to wing it. We're going to go for it, friends. And as long as the skirt, the lining of the skirt is up into the waistband, we're going to be fine. Oh, it helps you keep your foot on. Hey, get on there, my friend. Because you're on uneven. I know you're on uneven ground. Make sure I got enough bobbin because we are not playing bobbin chicken today. All right. And here we go. Let's see. I can feel that the elastic is right here. I'm going to go right up to this line on my machine right here. And if I keep everything along there, that gives enough room for the waistband to move freely around in the, let's the elastic move around in the waistband just fine. Excuse me, but I'm just going to keep on feeling, touching, loving, and squeezing, and making sure that we're doing it right. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is going to work. This is an experiment, and it's just a step saver because I believe in saving steps. If we can do something a little bit easier than running elastic through a casing, which I really detest. I find it just takes me so long. And I get, but I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm fiddling away. All right. Oh, it's kind of nice on this sheer fabric because you can see. Okay, I can feel like on another clip. Yep. All right. We're going to be doing some adjustment when we come around. But as you see, this is all I'm doing. I'm just going to go all the way around, and I'm feeling, and I'm making sure, and on the sheer parts I can see, that everything is lined up as it should be. Now, if you want to make a casing in yours, by all means, you go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way. I'm not throwing no shade on that. I think we all have to do things the way we like to do them. And honestly, this is the way I like to do this. It's a little crazy. It's a little chaotic. But it does get the job done. Okay, I'm going to finish this and I'll be back. I'm almost at the end. Woo! Now I'm finding that holding it all taut like that, make sure that I am missing the elastic because I don't want to stitch through the elastic, but I can get everybody lined up nice where they ought to be. Oh yes, everybody's behaving so well. We're staying right on that line as well as we can. And look at this, kids. Look at this. Ta-da! Made it all the way around. Snippity snip. Snippity snip. All right, I don't know about you, but I want to see what this looks like. I have so many threads to snip, but I am done. Holy Toledo. But look at that. OMG. What a nice little waistband. I think that looks just dandy. I love it. I think it's perfect. I mean, what the heck? I think it looks nicer than the waistband on the other skirt, quite frankly. All right. Okay. Got that one back. So now, the hem. What shall we do about the hem? Shall we shorten it or shall we put some lace on it? Will it be awkward if it's ankle length? Or is this length long enough? I have to put it on and see, don't I? Yep, I do. Hold on. Okay, I tried it on and I decided I want it to be T-length. So we are not going to put lace on it. Oh my gosh, there are threads like you read about. It's going to take me 4 days just to cut all these threads. So I want it to be like a T-length, and so I'm just going to turn this up and turn it up. Do it twice and have a nice little kind of hem. And then we'll have the big reveal. All right, and here we have the final reveal. Of course, the skirt goes up to here, but I'm more comfortable. This looks better proportionally this way, and I feel more comfortable. But, oh, I think it came out great. Oh, it came out great. It came out great. I cannot wait to see Katrina's skirt. I can't wait to see what she did because this was a heck of a project. And this was too, actually, but I am super pleased. I'm very pleased with both, darn it. I'm pleased with both. She's got a lot of movement, especially in the back. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know, she needs to be walking across the moors, doing something romantic. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this crazy journey. I hope that you also join me on the app that's called school. We have a fabulous group there called the Refashion Rebels, and we have so much fun. I am telling you, you've got to come over there and join us. It's free to join, but you can get a premium membership if you want to. I'm a premium member because there are perks. But I'm telling you what, it's a great group for people who love to upcycle and want to learn more about selling their clothes, making their clothes, getting advice from others. It's just awesome. It's a great community. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, drop me a comment, feel free to share it if you want to, and please subscribe. I can't do this without you, and I'm just so pleased that you're here with me today. I'm having a ball. I hope you're enjoying it too. And don't forget, my friends, life is too short to wear boring clothes. I'll see you next time.